What's up, YouTube? Back with another Beers and Bars video. I'm Casey.
This is Court.
And today we're checking out Juice WRLD Day.
Yep.
We're going to do a little rap chat.
Chat.
This is, I think, rap chat number 3.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
What are we drinking?
Hey, I'll be drinking this Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Yeah. Hey, there's some good stuff right
This
here.
is some good stuff. So this is our first Juice WRLD Day that we're recognizing because we're old and we didn't know Juice existed until a couple months ago.
Wasn't for y'all.
Yeah, definitely. So what we got for you guys today is we're going to be talking about K Like a Russian. What was the other two?
And we have Rain Dance.
Rain Dance and Priceless. Coming from when we got you guys requested those ones to do in the next rap chat. Coming off of the Chase the Money freestyle, which was super cool. And then he ended it with him starting the Rain Dance and Priceless songs. We wanted to know what those were all about. So you guys let us know in the comments. Really appreciate that. Also, later on, we're going to have some questions coming from some of the people out on Twitter. So we asked on Twitter, like, hey, what do you guys want to hear about? What do you want to know? And so you guys asked us some questions, so we'll go into those as well. And make sure you stay through the whole thing because we're going to be dropping some teasers about what videos, what reactions that we got coming out later today for Juice WRLD Day.
That's right. We got some stuff coming up for my man Juice.
Yeah. So
right. Gonna celebrate his day right.
All right. So let's start this off with which one of those 3 songs was your favorite?
Man, I'm going to tell you, bro. I liked Priceless a lot, man. And like the reason with that, man, he mentioned, you know what, he dropped some lines about his girl. He dropped some lines about his mom in that song, man, like, which I thought was really, you know, just kind of just like a touching to me, man. And of course, man, I think that all of the beats were just all of them were just like, I'm knocking on all 3, man. But it was just something about Priceless to me, man. It was just the hook. And man, so, I don't know, man. It was just
like I put down like specifically from Priceless, like he was like switching lanes. He's doing that driving, that whole driving scheme that he did in that one. Yeah, like that was pretty cool. And then like what you're talking about, like he was talking about his girl and his mom and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so he starts to mention like. But like what I liked about the driving scene, right? So he does that whole scheme about him driving, switching lanes, doing all that cool stuff. But then he also talks about like good views and like things that are priceless, like that come from going just cruising down the road and like stuff that you just like kind of forget to appreciate sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And then he talks about the people that's trying to take. You know what he has too. You know, just saying that, hey, like he'll leave them lifeless, though. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I was liking that too, though. You know, it's just like he was showing like this other side of him, man. But at the same time, it's like, hey, listen, like you ain't gonna be taking like what I'm working for, right? You know, ain't no way.
Yeah. And so for me though, like I liked Priceless, and I thought that it was gonna be the winner for me. Yeah. Until I heard K Like a Russian. And K Like a Russian, for the first half of it, I was like, Priceless has still got it edged out, right? Yeah. But then he goes on this, like, I think I put it like 2 minutes and 25 seconds. He starts this flow. And it's like this like moon drop, like moon boots out of this world Martian flow. Like he's a Martian, Marvin the Martian, and he's like just switching back and forth through like. And I was like, man, and he just takes over. Like you know, like when like he closes his eyes and he gets in one of those zones. Oh, yeah. I could just imagine him doing that. Yeah. In that whole thing, I was like, there's no way. I'm like, so that flow right there for like, he did it for like 30 seconds.
So I'm picture him just up in the studio, man, just getting like super open, man, just like off of that, man. Like he got a phone out and everything. Yep. And he just like, I'm going off, man. So that was actually pretty nice though, man. But like for real, but like, I don't know, man, but I'm still to me, man. Hey man, Priceless, man. Hey, that's my joint, man.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's my new fave, man.
That's oh man.
I mean, wait, man. Hold up, man.
Questions coming out later.
Hold on, man. Like one of my faves, man, because I do still have like a couple more out there, like which we'll get into later.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. And then last one, Rain Dance. So Rain Dance was cool. I put that it was like short and sweet, right? Like the whole thing, like the best thing about that one for me was just his flow and his cadence. Yeah. The whole thing was just like a vibe, like the whole time. But the other two for me, really, like the beat on K Like a Russian was fire. And his flow.
It was banging, man. Yeah. It was, I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah. So then like moving on from there, what did I put for the next question here? We got, guys, why did Rain Dance and Priceless not get released? Why are they unreleased? Like, we watched him get ready to make it in Chase the Money, right? Yeah. And then, like, he's saying Chase the Money in those videos at the beginning of it, so you know he helped produce them.
Exactly. And so we knew that, hey, like this stuff is coming, and that, he was getting like his warm up on, and like when he sat down, hey, he was about to, just like, man, he was just gonna crush these songs right here, man. So I was thinking the same thing, man, because he released so much stuff, though. You know, it was like so many things released. So I'm wondering, like, shoot, like, what was the hold up with this? But I don't know. But you know what? Like, when you come to, I'm thinking about it, like, maybe there was a hidden sample in there, you know, something that like we really didn't hear that had to get cleared that didn't get cleared yet.
Right.
So that could like always be the issue, like with that too, man.
Or it could just be that little Bibby's mad that there was a robbery on his stuff, you know. And so like he lost out on his ability to like release it himself, and so he's just like, whatever, I'm not going to do that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Or maybe they never, or maybe I don't know. The comments probably knows for sure, but maybe they never like let on to the fact that like maybe he died before they were able to like come to an agreement or something on what the release terms were going to be and who's going to get what cut and all that kind of stuff.
True. So, yeah. It's like a lot of politics, man.
There is so much
with
politics,
this business, man. It's just like you can't, you know, just drop some freaking dope ass lyrics over a nice beat and just bring it out and just call it a day, man. It's like so much stuff that is like in between, man, that you got to deal with, man. And it sucks, man, because it's just like, dude, listen, man, like they keeping us from hearing like this banging ass fucking music, man.
Right.
All because of all these freaking politics, man.
And like you would think that the music would come first and like you would want to get it out there, because even like if you can't get the politics right of it, like you're still going to be making a ton of money. Like if you get it released and you do it like the right way, you get them like super mastered. And that's one thing I noticed about these was all of them were mastered well, which is why it was confusing that none of them were released.
Yeah, that's right, man. Like it really did sound crisp, man. Like you got that crisp, you know, feel for it, man.
Because some of the other unreleased ones you guys have shown us, like they weren't like fully mastered properly or whatever. And so, yeah, like moving into like some of the questions, right, from the Twitter comments.
Yeah.
So the first question from Platt. Yeah. So Platt's like, do you guys actually listen to Juice WRLD in your free time now?
You know what? And I'm going to go first with this. And like our schedule is so freaking hectic. You know, like we go from reacting, you know, to our regular day jobs and stuff like that. And then, you know, we both, you know, are dads too as well though, you know? So I'm going to say just like with this, what I've been sticking to because of this really busy schedule is just kind of like the stuff that I know. And so with that being said, hey, Eminem's, you know, beats has been on repeat. Westwood has been on repeat, and then also Moves has been on repeat too as well.
Yeah, Moves.
Though, you know, because it's just like while I'm at work or whatever, I can have the YouTube on, and it's just like with like these extra long, you know, freestyles or whatever. Man, I could just like put that on for an hour, and I could just do my work though. You know what I mean? So those are the ones, you know, that I am banging, you know, on what like this much of free time. Yeah.
yeah. Likewise. So I have probably even less free time than Court because I also do most of the editing. And so when I'm editing, I would like to listen to music, but I can't because I'm listening to our edits and right. So most of my evening free time is spent doing the edits. And then most of my like driving in the car, listening to music time. I have a 3-year-old in the car, and he usually picks the music. And I can tell you, he doesn't pick Juice WRLD, guys. He doesn't know Juice WRLD exists. But yeah, no, I like to listen to, like when I have like free time and stuff, the ones that I usually come back to is the Eminem Beats one for sure. Like I have that one like always playing. I also like the Move one that you talked about. Yeah, that one was really good.
That's my shit.
Wishing Well. That one was probably the one that I listened to that's not either Moves or the Westwood ones the most, because like I easily remember them because like they just kind of like stuck in my head or whatever, right? And then like I know that we've already reacted to those, and I know I'm not gonna mess up and react to the wrong thing, because sometimes we pick the wrong video. You guys know, like, oh, you guys picked the wrong freestyle, or you picked the 6-minute one instead of the 12-minute one, or whatever, right? So like I don't want to be like click. I'm like, I think I watched this one, and then I'm like, oh no, I didn't watch this one. Like,
oh yeah, man, and it's like you do have a point there, because we are getting like tons of Juice requests, and so we want to keep everything fresh. Right. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, we don't want to just like listen to a song and then just be like banging that every day. And then all of a sudden, like in the chat, hey, I request this song. And we're like, damn, man, we just listened to that.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Well, and then on top of that, like when you guys are asking like, oh, do you listen to Juice WRLD? I guarantee you, if we were to like do a rap chat for one of the other artists that we've been like found over the last 3 months, they would also be like, do you listen to this in your free time? And I'm like, yeah, I do, but like not so much because I don't have that much free time. Most of our music now is listening with you guys.
Yeah. Exactly.
And there's definitely some songs that we want to go and listen to. Like the rest of Jiggy's album, we want to hear that one real bad. We want to hear a bunch of the Juice WRLD stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's move on to the next question from Nick. Let's see, what do we got? Will we be reacting to unreleased? I'm a huge fan of his released music, but his unreleased
unreleased music
is manages to be 100 times better. Okay, so
that's the truth.
Yeah. So some of these unreleased, like these three specifically, K Like a Russian and Priceless and stuff. Yeah, these ones were awesome, right? Like because they were super well mastered. Now some of the unreleased ones that we've done in the past, they weren't as well mastered, and so I didn't like them as much just because they weren't finished. And so like it's kind of a mixed bag for me when we get unreleased ones because like I don't know what I'm gonna get, and like we don't listen to them obviously before. So for us right now, we're probably not gonna do unreleased, and we aren't gonna do it because the last two that we did, one of them we did on purpose, 38 Special, and one we did on accident that we didn't realize was an unreleased song. We thought it was a different one. Both of those, Little Bibby's record label asked us to take those down. And so for like copyright or stealing stolen property or whatever. So we're probably not going to do it for those reasons.
Yeah. And it's just like this. We even try to do like all kinds of workarounds and stuff like that as well. You know, so with all those unreleased songs, you know, that are requested to us, you know, I'm looking at other reactors too, just to see, hey, if they're actually able to get away with reacting to that song or whatever. But all of them are like, we can't do it though.
And so, yeah, we've seen a couple of small reactors. So
it's like they talk about it, and it's like they'll like put like maybe like a little smidget, just like a little sprinkle of that song, and then it's just left just to I'm talking about it, man. You know, and it's like we would love to react to these unreleased hits, man, because I love unreleased stuff like way better, you know, than the stuff that's out too as well. Trust me, hey.
Yeah, we
right
see
there
it
with you, right there.
And I know the next follow-up question to that is going to be, well, are you guys going to make, a Patreon and do unreleased over there? Right now, we're probably not going to do that just because, one, we barely have enough time to keep up with this. And so I know like trying to set up a Patreon and do like all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that there's rules for Patreon as well for unreleased things or copywritten things and stuff like that. And right now we don't have the time to just go and research all that to see what legalities that would entail and all that.
Yeah.
So for right now, we're not going to do unreleased except in rap chat form. So stay tuned for the next one of that. All right. What question we got next? Who do we got? V. Roddy.
Okay. Yeah, so they were talking about...
So we all know that Casey's favorite video is the Eminem one, and Course is the other Westwood one, the hour-long freestyle.
Westwood.
But we got to know, what's your favorite song that you guys have heard so far? I'm just wondering so we can better recommend music for you guys. Okay.
I can tell you what, man, for mine, man, Lucid Dreams. Man, that's one of mine.
That's your favorite?
Okay, man, I'm going to tell you why, though. I'm going to tell you why, all right? Because, like, for one, I'm a sucker for that sample, you know, Sting's Shape of My Heart, you know, sample, you know, that also that Nas used for a song called The Message, you know, so it definitely, you know, just like brought me back, man. But then what he was just like passing in that song, just like I'm dealing with, you know, some of those issues, some of those demons, and then, you know, like trying to, you know, just I don't know, just like get through like a really toxic relationship and everything too, man. Yeah. So it's just like I really love, you know, the story like within that song right there, man.
Okay.
You know, so that's one of mine though.
All right. So coming into this for me, I was originally thinking Wishing Well, right?
And I like that cut too, right there.
Wishing
man.
Well was pretty good, but then like every time I like think back and like this one, like it's just one of my favorites because it was like. I think the problem for me on this one is that we also did it with our 1,000 subscriber like celebration. Yeah, was the DJ Khaled one. Yeah, and it was so like hooky and catchy and just like fun.
Yeah, that one was banging like, right there too.
That one was super fun. Yeah. But like like I said before, the thing that I always go back to listen to is Move. Obviously the Eminem one's my favorite, but the Move one, just because it has so many things, it's kind of like a cop out answer, right? But like,
yeah, man. But it just had so many different styles and just flavors, with
right,
like with that on freestyle, man. So that's what I was, like I was liking that a lot too, man, because it definitely showed like these different dimensions of Juice, man. And so I was,
yeah. But then for unreleased, my favorite one by far, it's not even close, was 38 Special. But I think that has a lot to do with K-Dot's beat on it, right?
Yeah,
like I already knew, yeah, right? Like, so that one, like that was my favorite unreleased one so far. And I mean, just because that beat goes so hard and like Juice WRLD obviously crushed it. Like he killed that. And like, I didn't even realize it was that beat. Like I knew it, but like I was like, at the end when it was just going by itself, I was like, "Oh wait a minute!"
Yeah.
like right, like I was okay.
Got it. Yep.
yeah. That shit was the bee's knees for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, so from 999, the story about the channel starts, y'all. Oh, so how our friendship started?
Yeah, shit. Well,
we used to work together.
Yeah.
So at our previous job, like back in like 2018, we worked together. And then we were always doing barbecues and stuff at work. And so we would be listening to like old school hip hop on like our like stereos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then once we finished like doing that or whatever, he moved up here to where we live now, up in like the greater DC area. And then like a couple months later, I had moved up here as well. And so it was actually funny because I didn't realize that he lived up here, and he saw that we moved up here, and he hits us up and he's like, "Hey, I'm having my birthday party. I realized you guys moved up here. You guys should swing by." And I was like, "Cool. Shoot me your address." And like it's day of his birthday or whatever. He shoots me his address, and I put it in my GPS, and it's like literally one street over. He lives like across the street. So it was like, that was just wild to us. That was like what, 2019?
2020.
2020. That was that was during like COVID lockdown. So like one of the first things we did like after like COVID, like the first breaking COVID lockdowns or whatever.
Yep.
So we've been barbecuing, listening to music ever since. And then like
after that, it was just, hey, the families, the friends,
and hanging out.
Just got tired of hearing us argue, all the time about who's our best rappers and just so on and so forth. And then, hey, just out of the blue one day, hey.
Yeah. I mean, so we were like, I was like, hey, what you think about like starting a channel called like Beers and Bars or something? That would be kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
And so we talked about that over 4th of July weekend, this past 4th of July. And then it took us about a month to get stuff set up. And then I think we released our first video on August 7th.
Like I think it was August 11th, I think, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Like the second week of August is when we released our first one. So I mean, it's been a pretty crazy journey so far.
Craziness. Who would have thought?
Yep. And then, I don't know. Do you know how to say that name? Hasbadula? Hasbadula. Okay. So any plans to react to the full album? Also, what is your favorite aspect of Juice WRLD songs? Lyrics, beats, delivery, etc. All right. So you can, I guess, answer the album question.
Okay, I could tell you, I don't know, just like the album question, you know what? We would like to, do his whole album, like, of course, but it's like with us, just like with the fire that these artists are dropping, especially Juice.
Yeah.
We are going to be sitting here dissecting a song, like a single song, for forever. About 25 to 30 minutes or whatever, though.
Right.
So it's like we would like to do a whole album. However, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, and so that's one thing we're noticing with the JID album, right? Like JID was one of the first songs that some of the comments guys put us onto, and we were like, yeah, let's do this whole album. And at first, it wasn't that bad because we only had like a few requests here and there.
Yeah,
but I think we put out. We've been like
I think we
accumulating.
only have 2 songs left.
Yeah, I think we have 2 or 3 songs left on that album, and it's been 3 months, right? So, like to promise to do a whole album, I think we're not going to do that until we get more time and to record and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just because we're trying to finish that one because we promised to do it, and it's becoming like now we have to do this one instead of doing something else even though it might be like more like time saving or whatever the case is, right? So we want to do a full album, and we'll probably get to a full album like as we are going through.
Yeah.
But we also like to get to the requests that you guys actually want to hear. So what we've been doing is compiling like every couple of days, like 2 days after a song comes out, we compile all the comments and we count up all the recommendations for everything. Yeah. And then we put those just like in a like a line, like, okay, this was most requested, this was most requested. And then try to do 1 or 2 songs from each artist that we've been requested each week. So that like everybody in the comments is like getting like a little bit of like what we can put out there, right? So like we even talked about like, hey, should we just record a whole album one day and then nothing else? But then we realized like it would take us 2 or 3 sessions in order to record a whole album. And sometimes we only get to record 1 time a week. So it would take 3 weeks then for us to do 1 album, and then you guys would get nothing but 1 artist, right? And I know you Juice fans would be totally fine with that. With the rest of the comment section, would be like, what happened to everybody else too, right?
Exactly.
So for that reason, we probably won't do an entire album. So make sure for whatever albums, like we're working on some of the Death Race stuff right now.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing some stuff coming out here pretty soon. But for the most part, we're gonna stay away from promising to do whole albums anymore, just because we don't have time. We record, like I said, once or twice a week, and we usually record for 2 or 3 hours at a time. So as many songs as we can get in from our request list in that amount of time, that's what we get to. And then we spend the rest of the week kind of editing them and then and then we just kind of like put them out as we get time to put them out. So
so I tell you what, hey, once we're able to make this our full-time gig, things change.
Then we can react to all the full albums and all that kind of stuff too. But we really appreciate you guys stopping by.
Definitely.
I'm sure you're gonna like what's about to come out next.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it might be a little robbery. Maybe hey man, his knees. I don't know.
I don't know. Like it might be like a little robbery on a on a juice day like this, though. I mean,
I don't know what this is, but
man. I say
something's coming up, guys.
Yeah, but y'all have to see.
All right, you have to see. Catch you guys in the next one.
Cheers.